Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into some really fascinating ancient biblical festivals. Pentecost, the Feast of Trumpets, and the Day of Atonement.
Right. And what's key here is that our sources suggest these aren't just historical footnotes. They're packed with symbolism, pointing towards future events, almost like a divine roadmap.
A roadmap for cosmic redemption is how some put it. So our job today is to kind of extract the core insights for you.
Exactly. We want to connect the dots, past, present, future, give you those aha moments. Think of it as a quick way to get up to speed on this really big narrative.
Okay, let's start with the first one. Pentecost, also called the Feast of Weeks. What was its original deal?
Well, the sources are clear. It began as a harvest festival, specifically celebrating the first wheat harvest. It happened 50 days after another festival, the Day of First Fruits.
Simple agricultural timing. But then comes the symbolism. This is where it gets really interesting, connecting it to the New Testament.
Oh, absolutely. The sources link it straight to Acts chapter 2, the Holy Spirit descending.
With the wind and the fire and speaking in tongues. Pretty dramatic stuff.
Exactly. And symbolically, this marks Pentecost as the day believers became the first fruits of the Holy Spirit. It takes that agricultural idea and gives it this profound spiritual meaning.
There's a harvest of people, in a sense, empowered by the Spirit. Okay, let's move on then. The Feast of Trumpets. This one falls on the first day of the 7th month. It feels anticipatory.
It really does.
Yeah.
Symbolically, our sources connect this one directly to, the second coming of Jesus.
The second coming. How specific do they get?
Very specific. It's tied to the sounding of the 7th trumpet, which is also called the last trumpet in the text. It's presented as a major signal.
And there's a whole sequence of events tied to that trumpet sound, right?
Yes, quite a sequence. When that trumpet blows, the sources describe Jesus appearing in the air. Then those witnesses who died for their faith, they're resurrected, caught up. Then, before Jesus fully descends to earth, there's the pouring out of 7 plagues. The sources even draw a parallel to Jericho, how the walls fell after 7 trumpet blasts.
Suggesting the fall of something significant at the 7th trumpet.
Precisely. The fall of Great City Babylon, as the sources put it. A real culmination.
Okay, intense stuff. That brings us to the final festival in this group, the Day of Atonement, 10 days after trumpets.
Right. Now, people generally know about atonement for individual sin, but the sources we're looking at introduce something else, the Great Atonement.
Great Atonement, how does that differ? It sounds bigger.
It is. It's described as a unique, one-time cosmic event, not just about individual forgiveness, but the complete annihilation of sin itself and the imprisonment of Satan.
Annihilation. So removing the very possibility of sin. When does this happen in this sequence?
It's placed after that 7th trumpet sounds and after the resurrection of those martyr witnesses, the first resurrection. It's a capstone event for all creation.
So what's the ultimate purpose of this Great Atonement, according to the sources?
Well, fundamentally, it's presented as the moment Satan's accusations are definitively proven false.
Accusations like God's commandments being too hard to follow, or that God is a liar.
Exactly those. The sources highlight these martyr witnesses, they call them first fruits again, or the apt person, perfectly suited. They kept the commandments, even to the point of death.
So their faithfulness is the proof.
That's the idea. Their actions prove the truthfulness of the commandments and, in a way, perfect the concept of free will among created beings. They demonstrate it can be done.
And how does Satan's imprisonment fit in? There's a connection to the old Azazel goat ritual, isn't there?
Yes, symbolically. Just as that goat carried sins away into the wilderness, these witnesses, through their faithfulness, are depicted as leading Satan into the abyss. This act clears the way.
Clears the way for what?
For the establishment of the 1,000-year kingdom, which itself is symbolized by the next festival, the Feast of Tabernacles. It's also linked to the idea of Jubilee freedom, restoration of the earth.
What a picture. From a wheat harvest to trumpet blasts heralding cosmic shifts to this ultimate universal cleansing and the dawn of a new era.
It really is a comprehensive blueprint when you trace the symbolism through the sources. Ancient rituals mapping out universal redemption, the perfection of free will.
Quite a tapestry. So, reflecting on all this, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about.
Go on.
If this great atonement truly perfects free will and makes sin impossible for the righteous, what does that tell us about the nature of real freedom? And what does it take for creation to finally find, complete and lasting peace?
That's definitely something worth mulling over. True freedom tied not just to choice, but to righteousness. Interesting.
A thought to leave you with. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.